The new Lakshapana and Canyon power plants have been shut down for routine maintenance.
Deputy General Manager of Enterprise and Operations Strategies at the Ceylon Electricity Board, Senajit Dasanayake, stated that the Kalanithissa and Norachole power plants remain non-operational.
As of yesterday, the Ranthambhe, Randhenigala and Norachole power plants as well as a section of the Kalanithissa power plant were inactive. The Ceylon Electricity Board today announced that the operations at the Ranthambhe power plant and a section of the Randhenigala power plant have been restored. Deputy General Manager Senajit Dasanayake said that the national grid loses 350 megawatts of power due to the status of the Kalanithissa, Norachole, New Lakshapana and Canyon power plants. Sri Lanka's electricity requirement is met by thermal, hydro and wind energy. The electricity requirement varies on a daily basis, and generation of thermal power stood at 73.7% yesterday, while 25.2% was generated using hydro energy. Wind energy was utilized to generate 1.1% of the country's electricity demand.
Canyon and Lakshapana, there is no fault. As we have programmed, we have programmed a tunnel inspection of the new Lakshapana tunnel, which brings water to the new Lakshapana power station. So that is being scheduled before a long time. That's why we have reduced the level of Mount Sakala reservoir as well. So it is the tunnel inspection that is going on. That's why the Canyon and Lakshapana power stations are not working during these days. This doesn't contribute to any power interruption. Lakvijaya coal power station is being looked by the Sri Lankan engineers and Chinese engineers, and we have got down to Indian experts also because they are using a different technology to find out why this conductivity increase in the water to the boiler. So that is going on. It will take about another 3 weeks for the investigations. The Kalanithissa steam turbine of the Kalanithissa combined cycle power plant, the primary investigations are actually over, and we are awaiting proposals from the original equipment manufacturer as to how to do this repair. Ranthambhe power station is actually working and is producing power. In Randhenigala power station, one of the machine is out at the moment due to a repair in the circuit breaker, generator circuit breaker. In 2-3 days time, we'll be able to connect up that machine as well.
Meanwhile, questions were raised in Parliament today over the Norachole power plant. Can you elaborate on the state funds that were spent and the loans that were taken to construct the Norachole power plant?
State funds are 15,739 million rupees. Loans are at 135,162 million rupees.
How much is the loan installment and its interest rate?
According to the information that I have, the interest rate for the first loan is 4% and for the second loan it is 2%.
For how many days was the generation of electricity at the power plant suspended as a whole or partially, since it began to have disruptions?
For regular maintenance, electricity generation was suspended for 107 days. To bring the power plant in line with Phase 2, electricity generation was suspended for 5 days. For other reasons, the electricity generation was suspended for 14 days. Electricity generation was suspended for 136 days due to failures of the power plant, and partially it was suspended for 9 days. Glitches that were reported from machinery that assist the main units are attributed to the reasons for these failures of the power plant.
Thereby, electricity had not been generated at the power plant for a whole of 271 days. It has been proven that the internal administrative power tussle is the sole reason for the issues that have arisen at these power plants. The operations of thermal power plants can be vested with the mechanical engineers. However, that is now being run by the electrical engineers. Therefore, an internal issue has arisen and the entire electricity generation system is in a mess. This situation has aggravated more because the power plants were not maintained properly. Of the total 1,800 megawatts of electricity that is generated in the country, 665 megawatts is lost. Where does the Ceylon Electricity Board go to obtain the electricity to cover this loss? They take it from private companies. These private companies sell a unit of electricity for a very high rate to the CEB. The CEB charges that amount from the consumer. I can clearly state that once again in 2014, the electricity tariffs will be increased. But it will not be increased now. Once the elections are over, the electricity tariffs will be increased.